So the Ghost of franchise, if that's what you want to call it, like Ghost of Tsushima, have a brand new game that's announced. I think it's announced for 2025, and it has a female protagonist. I have to mention that because that's the main focus point people are complaining about with this game. Nothing else. In fact, I don't really know why you would complain about it anyway, because Ghost of Tsushima, I might be pronouncing that wrong, was actually a pretty good game. I didn't have a problem with it, from what I played anyway of it. Now, obviously, people have brought up the voice actors. I don't want to say background, but they've brought up their political stances and stuff like that. Now, obviously, that's kind of what will happen if you are a voice actor or you're someone in the public eye. Your political stances and how you are probably going to get judged by people, and how you identify yourself and various other things like that are going to get judged by various people. That's kind of how it rolls, unfortunately. And unfortunately, you just, I don't know, have to get used to it if you're in the public eye. Obviously, you really shouldn't look at someone based off 100% of their political opinion. Yes, that's kind of their other half of them. If they're a nice person and they aren't attacking you or calling you names, or they don't perceive themselves as a asshole, then to be honest, I don't think their political opinions should really bother you that much. As long as they're maybe not screaming and saying, if you don't support this, you're this or this, that type of stuff. But other than that, I don't really want to get too political. I know I've talked a bit of politics before on here, but I don't want to get too political with it, because I think that just causes, well, even though this is fairly political subject, I guess. But obviously, Ghosts of Yotei is releasing, I think, 2025. And obviously, like I said, most people are annoyed at the fact that the protagonist is a female or a woman. I know some people don't like being called female, so I'll make the best of both worlds, I guess, female and woman. So if you don't like being called one, then there's the other. However, this game looks good from what I've seen. We've seen like mini trailers and stuff like this. So it's an upcoming action game developed by Sucker Punch Studios and published as a standalone sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, which is pretty cool. So obviously that will be, I don't know when in 2025. I don't think they've got an official announced date, but a lot of people are hyped about this, and I'm hyped as well. I know this comes along with the controversy of Assassin's Creed Shadows. I know that caused a hell of a lot of controversy as well. It seems like games these days, they seem to be causing a hell of a lot of controversy. We had... Now, obviously, this type of stuff, controversy within gaming, isn't really surprising. I'm sure when GTA comes out, GTA 6, there'll probably be controversy, although, surprisingly, there wasn't too much controversy at the fact that there was a woman. So, I think it's more the fact of the voice actor than the fact that it's a woman. Now, obviously, people have been pointing out numerous things about what this woman is and what they identify as. And to be quite honest with you, it doesn't really bother me. I know some people care about that stuff, and I mean, I guess maybe, I don't know, try to do something else in your life. I don't know. Like, I understand thing. Again, it's a very sore subject. It's a very political subject, in my opinion. It's a very political subject. Talking about this sort of stuff. I think it's something you've got to be very careful what you say. However, I'm going to say some stuff that most of this stuff I'm reading is from Twitter, not my own opinion or things. I don't really like sharing my opinion on here because, it causes controversy, stuff like... Anyway, let's just get into it and stop rambling about, stuff like this. So a lot of people on Twitter are raging, very annoyingly. However, someone put ND Money, Ghost of Tsushima sequel stars a Japanese woman samurai warrior because of course it does. They can't help themselves until every franchise is built was built on masculinity is replaced by women. Ghost of Yotei is hopefully a smaller spin-off game, but this is true. This is a true sequel, and this is the new main character over Jin Sakai. Fuck that. So sick of forced girl boss narrative, man. And obviously, Mighty Keith, I know they said Mighty Beef, on Twitter said, man, what an absolute loser. And obviously, people were saying, when this game was announced, how long will it be before some people actually start complaining and saying that this is woke and stuff like that? And, well, to be honest with you, it wasn't actually that long, to be fair with you, because, well, yeah, it didn't last that long. People were already complaining and saying it was woke. So I guess whoever predicted that, well done, although it was very obvious in your prediction because, well, that's kind of what happened, especially on Twitter. So I guess if you don't want to be involved in that, stay off Twitter. However, I think it's an ex-Sony boss, Sean Layden, has gave his 2 cents on this. It's a game, an entertainment, a story, and a team of creators believes in. They want to make this. 2, it's a game. If you don't like it, don't buy it. In fact, why not make the game yourself? You want yourself. They've got a point, to be honest with you. I kind of love how... Now, I can understand if it's a game, like it's a game breaking or something like what EA did with Star Wars Battlefront, made it pay to win. That's something actually valid. Like, they completely fucked... I don't want to get into the Star Wars Battlefront 2 problem, because that's nothing to do with this. However, if it's a valid thing where the game is broken or they've just absolutely ruined a game... complete. This is more of, I think, like a spin-off type of thing. It's a sequel, but maybe I don't. You get what I mean? It's like a game they want to make to maybe continue the story and continue the sort of legacy of Ghost of Tsushima. Now, obviously, people are going to call it woke. People are going to say this and that. The words like woke and stuff like this are thrown around. We can have coexisting men and women in games. I hate this, and I hate women who complain about men being in games as well. Like, shut the fuck... Both sides, just shut the fuck up. We can have women and men in games coexisting, or even having their own game. We don't need this bullshit like, oh my god, this, and this, and this. It's not just men who do it, but it's mainly more than I see from the male side that complain about this sort of stuff. But I do see some women complain about the men side. In fact, both sides just shut the fuck up. It's very immature, and it's very sad as well. Nobody cares anymore about this type of stuff. I get it. You don't have to like a game. In fact, that's what games are for. There's a huge variety and a huge selection. Some games you're going to like, some games you're not. People might not like FIFA, but they might like Call of Duty. People might not like Call of Duty, but they like Red Dead Redemption. So you have a variety of games. If you don't like a game, you don't have to play it. You could go back to Ghost of Tsushima and continue playing that. And to be quite honest, it's a great game. Maybe it's worse, not because of the voice actor, but maybe it just doesn't include things. Who knows? And then again, God of War actually did a really good thing. I don't know if I'd say... I wouldn't really compare them both, to be honest, because I like them both. But God of War, they improved a lot of the stuff on the game. Now, again... Stuff like this is always going to have a political problem, and people are always going to judge it on this and this. Now, the voice actor is kind of going on a little bit of a rampage on Twitter, not with their political opinions or that, but they are blocking anyone who sort of speaks ill of the game. There are a few screenshots of people who've sort of made jokes and stuff, I guess, and they've been blocked by the voice actor. Obviously... their outrage and that, and they say, why is this person blocking them and this and that? I mean, I don't know why they're blocking. Apparently people who've never really had contact as well, she's blocking, or I don't know what they identify as. I'm gonna say their name, Etika. That's probably the best thing to say. Well, it does say their pronouns are they, so I'm just gonna say their name because I've said she, haven't I? I mean their name. Sorry about that. It's kind of hard to find this type of shit on someone because they don't really specify it in the actual titles. It actually said in some journalist titles she is playing this character. So sorry if I offended anyone, but I'm just going off of what articles have said. But I'm just going to say their name because it's going to be a better thing. However, let's stop rambling. So this game, it looks graphically looks incredible. I think this is going to support the new PS5 Pro hardware, which looks magnificent. It looks incredible. I actually am stunned at what they're going to be doing and what they're going to take advantage. I'm stunned at what. All right, like let's move past the price and stuff like that of the PS5, like PS5 Pro. Like the console, has definitely got potential to make games like this vibrant. Now, obviously, there's only so far you can go with graphical enhancements, unfortunately, because it's just games won't. There's only so far you can go with how good something looks before everything kind of looks very similar. However, it's still very noticeable and it's crispy and stuff like that, and it obviously will support more TVs better and stuff like that. And I do think, I do think that people are going to absolutely love this game. I mean, they loved Ghosts of Tsushima. That was a fan favourite game, and a lot of people, I know when that came on PC this year, earlier this year, a lot of people were playing it, and a lot of people love it. So again, it's a game that people are really wanting to see. Now, obviously, controversy lies within this. Learning the lore. Now, this went kind of viral on Twitter. It has 24,000 likes. Apparently, in Ghost of Yotei, a progressive activist known for hating the police and telling straight women who disagree with the LGBT to log off, is not just the voice actor of the game, she's also the face and mocap for the new Sucker Punch title, It's an Asset, ready to save money. Now, I don't get why people are so offended. Okay, their opinions and stuff like that. I don't really know deeply what their opinions are and how they perceive themselves online. That's just kind of how it is, unfortunately. They have obviously tweeted out not really much. They've just retweeted a lot of art and a lot of things from Sucker Punch themselves. So I don't think it's over that. I don't really know. But yeah, a lot of people are saying that she is, Etika, is a progressive activist who hates straight women and stuff like that. Obviously, you're gonna get people like that who judge and stuff. Again, I think when it comes to this sort of stuff, you're entering a path of where people are just gonna get, they're gonna point everything out and stuff. Obviously, do I think this is going to make the game bad and people, not play it? I'm sure it's going to get well played. It's obvious. People are going to absolutely enjoy this game to pieces. That's no problem or doubt in that. People are going to absolutely love this game. And I'm probably going to love it as well. I might, Gabriel, I'm not too sure yet. But yeah, a lot of people are, I say a lot of people, it's normally like I think it's mostly rage bait, to be honest with you. It seems like it's rage bait. So that's the only thing that makes it seem, anyway, it seems like it's rage bait for the most part, which is not surprising whatsoever. That's unfortunately half of the Twitter, or half of X, whatever you want to call it now. Just people rage baiting completely. However, yes, that's kind of really all I have to say about it. I know, it's fully expected. I mean, it is trending right now on Twitter. Let's just see and look through a bunch of tweets. Will be big again because the game has the same protagonists. Yeah, people are obviously going to judge this type of thing. But yeah, even the ex-Sony boss even came out and said their opinion on it. DIE anti-woke griefer seeing the protagonist of Ghost of Yotei is a woman. Yeah, I don't think they're happy. This is actually some people on Twitter, looks like TikTok or Instagram. Female samurai, miss me with that woke BS. Female samurai, oh hell no, I'm passing, I think they meant to say. She's not a samurai, she's an Ronnie. A female pass, switch it up with a man and I'll play. I don't know if a lot of this, I mean, it is Instagram. Instagram is a cesspit for people just, if you've been on Instagram, you know what I'm on about, but it's a very big cesspit for bullshit. So it's not really surprising at all that shit is still going on there. However, it's not surprising at all that we're going to be getting this sort of stuff. It's like, oh, they see a woman. But I don't see anyone really complaining about the GTA 5 because it's got a female protagonist. And I don't see anyone complaining about Assassin's Creed Shadows. That also has a female protagonist. Obviously, it still has controversy for having a black samurai in it, but then again, people are probably going to get controversial over anything these days. It's like they're forced to play the game or they're forced to actually buy the game. Don't be wrong, I could understand you maybe crying about something if, I don't know, they ruined a game with, I don't know, shit tons of microtransactions or something like that. That's a valid excuse to cry about, or they just made the game absolutely shit. But this type of stuff, it's... yeah. People are crying that is a woman. So I guess, I don't know, don't play the game. I know, again, the voice actor, I don't really know much of their past to actually judge it and judge what they've been. I mean, let's take a quick look at their... Erika Ishii is an American voice actor and host. They are best known for playing the voice actors in Apex Legends and for their appearance in LA by Night. Personal life, openly identifies as queer, bisexual or pansexual with no preference between labels and gender fluid. They also have been a voice in their opposition to transphobia and raise funds for LGBT supporting Trevor Project. So I guess that's what people pulled up. I did see a few people showing Wikipedia articles on Twitter of this. I mean, again, you're going to get judged for anything these days. I feel like, is that what people do now? They see a voice actor and they just start searching their name and pulling information. Again, if they were Jewish, oh, God, we wouldn't hear the end of it. But yeah, again, it's like that's what kind of people do. They just wait on people's Wikipedias and stuff like that and just pull information off. But yeah, it's an unfortunate thing. I do think this type of stuff, leave it alone, man. Leave it in the past. We don't care about this sort of stuff. We get it. You don't like the game, don't buy it. That's the type of motive I go for as well. But again, I don't really know. People will always have their sort of controversies about this sort of stuff. And I guess fair enough, there's nothing really you can do to I don't know, do anything about. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this, to be honest with you. It's just people saying it's woke. I don't want to say it's right Twitter, because I don't really know who it is. I think it's just mainly rage baiters who rage bait people into thinking this. But other than that, I don't really know. I'm not picking political sides on this and that because, yeah, I don't really want to be involved in that sort of stuff to begin with. So, yes, I do think stuff like this, unfortunately, is going to be criticised in your career. And there's unfortunately not that much you can do about it. However, thank you for listening to this absolute ramble. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on in some of the gaming industry of calling things woke. that word is more thrown around than any. Incel. The word incel. I feel like that word is thrown around a hell of a lot more than actually it means anymore. So my opinion is shut the fuck up, please. Thank you.